We're turning our attention now to the Southeast, where the Southeast Development Commission and various appointments made by the president is concerned. Yesterday on the show, we had the APC National Vice Chairman Southeast, Dr. Chijioke Chiukwu, who voiced concerns regarding the composition of the commission's board and management, stating that the appointment did not align with the act that established the commission.
I'm the Southeast Chairman of the All Progressives Party, of the All Progressives Congress. And when the issue of Southeast Development Commission was raised, the stakeholders from the zone, myself, the National Deputy Chairman, Chijioke, the Governor of Imo State, the Governor of Ebonyi State, and all the ministers from the Southeast met. And names were collated based on performance. With reference to the act establishing the commission. And according to the act, the chairman, in alphabetical order, we have to come from Abia State, the MD from Anambra State, and then the other three executive directors from the other three states of the Southeast, and then the members. And that was followed. The Abia State produced the chairman in the person of Emeka Atuma. Anambra State produced the MD. And the other three states in the zone produced the other directors. And this was according to the act establishing the commission, and in consultation with all the stakeholders, not just Hope Uzodimma. All the stakeholders met and the names were collected. And
Dr. Chijioke Chiukwu is the National Vice Chairman of the APC Southeast. The Southeast Development Commission, among other things, we understand, will receive and manage funds from the allocation of the Federation account for the construction and rehabilitation of roads, houses, and other infrastructural damages suffered by the region as a result of the civil war. Let's get perception from the other side. Former Minority Leader of Abia State House of Assembly, Chijioke Chiukwu, joins me on the program from our Abuja studio. Thank you for joining us this hour. The Southeast Development Commission has hardly kick-started before having its first challenge, and it has to do with the nomination of its governing board. The question some members of the APC are asking right now is, why jettison a list compiled by stakeholders from the zone for a new one?
thank you very much. First, I want to thank the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCON, for the speedy assent of the Southeast Development Commission, and equally thank him for nominating credible persons into the board and membership of the commission. Like Dr. Aribu alleged, that a list was jettisoned, the list prepared by the stakeholders and the governor of Imo State, who will hold the highest esteem, is the leader of the APC in Southeast, the leader of APC governors in Southeast, and a leader will hold the highest esteem. But I want to debunk the tissues of lies dished out to all suspecting members of the public about the nominations made to the board of the Southeast Development Commission. First and foremost, I don't think Dr. Chijioke is well informed about what the Act says about nominations to the board and membership of the Southeast Development Commission and other development commissions that is newly established in the country. The Act, Part 1, Section 2, and I read, it said the chairman, managing director, and 3 executive directors, before it was amended, that of the Southeast was amended to be 5 executive directors, and other members of the board shall, the emphasis is on that shall, be appointed by the president, subject to the confirmation of the Senate. And B, it says, it shall be person of proven integrity and ability. That is the word. Shall be appointed by the president. And I take exceptions to allusions made by Dr. Arodewu Ijoma that the list prepared by the Southeast stakeholders was jettisoned. There is no place in the Act that says the president needs to consult the stakeholders, that the president needs to consult any of the Southeast governors before.
Hold on, Honorable.
His nominations. But that is not
I get your point very clearly, but there's also no place in that act that says that Mr. President cannot make due consultation before appointing. Can you hear me, Honorable? There's no place in that act that also stated clearly that Mr. President cannot make due consultation before making appointments. It's the Southeast. He doesn't live there. So I expect that he would make consultation before making his appointment. He can't just make up the names in his mind. The list, according to the vice chairman of your party, the initial list, according to him, was signed by the vice chairman, the national deputy chairman, governors of Imo, Ebonyi. According to him, there are also all the ministers from the zone also signed this particular list. You don't consider these individual stakeholders whose recommendations should carry weight for the commission?
Well, every stakeholder carries weight. I am the former minority leader of the Abia State House of Assembly, and I've talked to most of the stakeholders from Abia State and other states. I don't think there was any meeting of stakeholders or any consultations made that a certain particular list should be forwarded to the president for onward transmission to the Senate for confirmation as the members of the Southeast Development Commission. What should bother Southeasterners is the people appointed, are they men of proven integrity? The answer is yes. Are they people who have capacity? Because it's a new development commission. What we should be thinking is people who have the capacity, who has the intellectual depth, who has the proven integrity and track record to drive this development commission to give Southeast the needed development. Southeast that have been bedeviled by kidnapping, by agitations, separatist agitations for a very long time now, over a decade. All right. I want to ask
Honorable Chiukwu.
Somebody in the capacity of the chairman, a former minister, a two-time member of the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission, and the Director of Finance. I can mention so many of them. Go and look at the MD. The president has looked beyond premonderant sentiment and parochial interests to appoint people
Honorable Chiukwu, hold that thought for a minute.
And have the capacity.
I hear you say that competence matter in the choice of Mr. President's appointment, but the claim is that Imo and Ebonyi states have been excluded against the provision of the act. So according to the disgruntled members of your party, the initial list had Abia producing the chairman, Anambra producing the MD, and the other 3 states producing the directors, according to what they say was the provision of the act, and in consultation with all the stakeholders. In this new list, they say Abia now has chairman and executive director of finance. Anambra produced MD and ED corporate services, leaving out Imo and Ebonyi states. You don't think that is unfair?
That is not true. I don't think you have gone through the list submitted by the president to the Senate. That is another lies Dr. Ijoma want to handwick the unsuspecting members of the public to buy into, because he cannot see beyond personal selfish interests. I think what should bother the Southeast now is unity among the component states. What should bother the APC is how to forge a way forward to provide a united front and ensure that the APC, the All Progressive Congress, as a party, gets rooted in the Southeast, which is why the president, I'm thinking his wisdom, has opened new frontiers. If you look at the members of the Southeast Development Commission, it cuts across all the states, from Imo to Ebonyi. I'm going to list them and I'll tell you the states where they are coming from. And
no, you don't have to. I understand that there's a chairman.
No. In Imo, no state was excluded.
Hold on for a minute. I understand that there are members of board, but I'm referring to the chairman, the MD, and the executive directors. Was Imo and Ebonyi
executive directors
in these 5 positions?
No, there is Dr. Chris Ogbede, the executive director, Agric and Natural Resources. He's from Ngokpala. He's my personal friend. I just finished talking with him before coming to this studio. And if you go to Ebonyi, a very competent Ebonyi indigene, Dr. Anthony Agbo, who was the former speaker of the Ebonyi State House of Assembly, and a distinguished senator of no mean repute, was appointed from Ebonyi State as executive director of infrastructural services. It's unfortunate that wait, I want to make a point. If Dr. Arodugbu, as the vice chairman Southeast, does not know members of the party of this status, then it is not befitting for him to be
I hear you, Honorable.
The vice chairman.
We don't have all the time on this
local
side
government,
as well. So
local
it's important that I bring
government chairman from Abia.
Hold on for a minute, Honorable. The doctor also alleged that this list included the chief of staff of both the deputy speaker and the Senate president, what he calls a big slap on the zone. In fact, he alleged that 5 of Honorable Benjamin Kalu's personal staff were nominated on the board, including the chairman, the executive director of finance. There's a long list here, including some board members, executive director of projects, and 7 chief of staff to the deputy speaker. The accusation really here is that the deputy speaker wants to hijack the commission and treat it like a private company. So he's written a letter to Mr. President, and in that letter, it was quoted to have said, it's okay to appoint your personal staff in different organizations, but having 5 of your personal staff that receive salary from your office in one organization is as good as having a family of 6 run a government agency. How do you react to that?
That is why I say Dr. Arodugbu is my elder brother and a more senior person to me. If not, I would have called him a liar outrightly. But what he has fed to the media is not true. I know Stanley Ohajiruka, a former speaker of Abia State House of Assembly and the 3-time acting governor of Abia State, is not a personal staff of the deputy speaker. I can confidently tell you that. If he's a personal staff or an SA, let him provide his appointment letter and his pay slip. I can equally tell you that Dr. Emeka Wogu is not a personal aide of the deputy speaker. If he says it is true, let him provide his appointment letter and his salary, evidence of his salary from National Assembly. So for somebody of Arodugbu's standing to come and mislead the public and feed people with blatant lies capable of causing disaffection among the Southeasterners does not speak well of somebody of his repute. And I want to tell you one thing, go to the bank with this. Southeasterners are very, very happy because this is one appointment that cut across party lines from Anambra to Enugu to Ebonyi, and it brought people that has competence, capability, and the reach to develop the region. We are not talking about using personal aids that does not have the capacity, that does not have the intellectual ability, that does not have the reach to take off a commission that Southeasterners have yearned for, cried for over 54 years, which the president, in his own gracious goodwill, has
All right.
graciously, without so much struggle, given to Southeasterners. Southeasterners are happy. Go and check from Imo to Abia to Anambra to Ebonyi. People are happy. Go and look at the capacity and capability and the profile of the MD of that Southeast Development Commission. You will know that the president has made the right choice.
I hear you clearly. That's our time. We're going to have to continue this conversation subsequently. I understand that you're also a representative on the North East Development Commission. We'll talk about that subsequently if we have the time. But we have to go now. Former Minority Leader, Abia State House of Assembly, Chijioke Chiukwu, thank you for talking to us on the program this evening.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always my pleasure. Thank you.
We're turning our attention now to what appears an update on the ongoing legal battle with lawyer Dele Farotimi. So what you know prior to this time is the highly publicized case that he had with the prominent lawyer Afe Babalola. Another prominent lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Adebayo Adenikpekun, has now filed a lawsuit against the human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi, and this one is happening at the Oyo State High Court in Ibadan. It's the latest twist to the ongoing challenge he currently has with some legal luminaries. I'm joined by the senior advocate, Adebayo Adenikpekun. Thank you for joining us on the program, senior advocate. What has Farotimi done again this time?
I'm sorry, you are talking to a wrong person. This is not Bayo Adenikpekun. This is Chief Adeni Akintola. Let's see.
Oh, please pardon me, Senior Advocate Akintola. What do you think is the update in this regard? What has he done this time to another senior advocate?
Well, I wouldn't know, but if the perception of the members of the bar, especially the senior ones, is anything to go by, I think the book written by Farotimi is beyond Chief Babalola. It is a book that targeted an entire institution, and of course the legal profession as a whole. So I'm not surprised that many lawyers are now coming up to take out action against him, and I believe many more are still coming. So, but on a personal note, I wouldn't know the exact reason. I know the book itself libel many people, but I wouldn't know because I've not seen the processes filed by Chief Bayo Adenikpekun, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
I'm sure that you're also following closely what appears the reaction from the public as regards this case. His current case before the Ekiti State Court has now been adjourned by the Magistrate Court to 20th December. We saw him on handcuff, and some have questioned whether or not the defamation case is a criminal one and why it's taken this way and manner. Some have even gone to say, doesn't this corroborate some of the claims it's made in the book?
Well, everybody is entitled to his or her own opinion. But speaking as a lawyer, because like that versatile journalist, Dr. Rebun Abati, put it yesterday, he said over the matter, quite a number of people have been carpenters, mechanics, all sorts of people have been making legal comments on, even people who don't really know anything about the matter or the legal implications of the book. So one cannot grudge anybody for making a comment. But speaking as a lawyer, I know that quite a number of misconceptions have been out there from the people.
What do you consider?
Because people don't appreciate the implication of the book, and they don't even know what they call criminal libel and civil libel. So the two can go pari passu. Some even went to the extent of saying the court have the decision because of their ignorance. They just keep on exhibiting their ignorance out there.
So as a lawyer, I'm wondering what you consider the thin line, because it appears to be a very thin line between freedom of speech and a libelous act.
Well, your freedom stops where mine starts. That's what people don't know. And there is no freedom anywhere in the world that is absolute. There are limitations to even constitutional freedom.
We may have lost connection with the senior advocate, Neya Akintola. We're going to continue this conversation subsequently, especially following the latest update in this regard. Senior advocate Neya Akintola, thank you so much for joining us on the program this evening. That's the show today. You can watch it again at midnight and at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye.